30 years ago, my parents moved from the bustling city of Los Angeles to Fallbrook, California with 3 kids and one on the way. They were looking for a place to raise their family and decided on Fallbrook because of its rural setting and more relaxed pace of life.
When I sold my pool cover business in 1988, I had enough money to pretty much retire, and we also had the freedom to live anywhere we wanted to. And so we were kind of undecided. We didn't want to live in Los Angeles any longer, even though my wife was born and raised in Santa Monica. But on the trip down to San Diego, we went into Fallbrook, and Fallbrook is a kind of a rural community. It's kind of the avocado capital of California. It's green year-round. It's just really beautiful, and we're out of the city and close enough to Disneyland, to SeaWorld, to Big Bear. So we just found some property we really liked, and we decided to move to Fallbrook. And we've been here for 32 years and been really happy. We started shipping wax to wholesalers around the country, and I did that, and I also started growing myrtle and oriental lilies, and did that until about 2005 or 6. My son was living in Peru, and one thing that I noticed as a California grower, that we sold these giant bunches for $1.50 to $2.50. You know, it wasn't a lot of money during the California season, and then after that, the Peruvian season or the Australian season started up, and they sold bunches that were half the size for 3 times the money. And so I decided that real estate values were pretty high at the time in Fallbrook, so I decided to sell the farm with the plan of purchasing property in South America so that I would be producing Waxflower during the off-season. So we transferred the farm. My foreman, Hector Rodriguez, who had been with me for years in Fallbrook, agreed to move to Peru and manage the farm. And so that's how we transferred from Southern California to be the only California grower in Peru.
They say the greater the risk, the greater the reward, and moving an entire floral operation over 4,000 miles to a foreign country where you don't speak the language was definitely taking a risk. I remember taking this photo at the corner of our newly purchased land. We were starting from scratch once again, and this time doing it in the driest desert in the world. Everyone who saw our barren, undeveloped land thought we were crazy, but maybe we were just crazy enough to pull it off. You're only given a little spark of madness, a wise man once said. You mustn't lose it. And so, armed with a vision of what this desert land could be, we started building a greenhouse for propagation. We put in roads, installed drip irrigation. We worked with the USDA and Peru's Department of Agriculture for over a year to allow propagation material to be shipped from California to Peru, and before long, we had done it. We successfully moved our farm from California to Peru and had been shipping the finished product all over the world. And then, disaster struck.
I was home in San Diego, and I got a call from Hector, and he said we had a Huayco. I didn't know what a Huayco was. Found out it was a flood. I said, how can we have a flood? We're farmers in the driest desert in the world. And he said that the farm got washed away by a couple feet of water and mud. And so he showed me a couple pictures, and I couldn't believe it. We'd spent a lot of money and a lot of years. The bushes looked great. We were going to have a big year, and then it was all gone. We had a tanker truck come from Ica with loads of water, and then we had employees lined up with buckets, and they'd take a bucket full of water in each hand, and they'd have to walk and pour it on each plant. And we could only save maybe 15% of our farm that way, because most of it was completely gone. But of what was left, we could only save about 15%. And even though we saved them, we couldn't grow them. We could just keep them alive. And we did that for a year. And we got water from a neighbor, but by then we were propagating and replanting the fields and trying to repair the roads. It wasn't just our grove roads. The road out to the farm was washed away. The power was washed down. We had no electricity. The office was filled with mud. Our packing shed was filled with mud. We had to get a backhoe in there to dig out our facilities. It was pretty much a total disaster. Most of our varieties survived. We had enough bushes left, or portions of bushes, that we could propagate. And it really broke down to my investors. Did they want to double their investment and rebuild, or did they want it washed away? And so I went and talked to them, and we decided to rebuild.
We've seen our share of hardship over the years, and this year has certainly presented its own set of unique challenges. But we are committed to always move forward and find solutions so that we can continue to provide our valued partners with our beautiful aromatic waxflower 12 months out of the year from both our farm in California and our farm in Peru. As the largest and world's only year-round waxflower grower, we look forward to teaming up with you to make the world a better place, one beautiful bouquet of flowers at a time. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to working with you soon.